What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN today, OnyxCoin. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are. 9 hours and 2 minutes left in the day on this, the 11th of June, sitting at about 1.52 cents. Looking good, looking ferocious and tenacious, like we want to move to the upside. We have found support, I believe, at the low ends of this range here. We're looking to go up and break out of the top side of this range and see some immaculate growth, immaculate growth. And I think that we will in a very, very short amount of time. I'm actually anticipating that Bitcoin itself starts moving up here pretty damn soon. Seeing new all-time highs as early as tomorrow, man. As early as tomorrow, if not certainly over the coming days or as late as next week. And with that in mind, I would think that OnyxCoin and the rest of crypto probably starts moving up too. If we look, maybe I shouldn't even be comparing Bitcoin. Maybe I should be comparing Ethereum, right? Because Ethereum is breaking out right now. Ethereum's breaking out. We look at the Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D here, okay? Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is looking like it's going to tank. Very bearish looking chart right here, looking like it wants to drop through the floor. You look at the weekly time frame. I mean, bearish divergence right here on the weekly, or I guess it's not bearish divergence, is it? But still, rejecting the overbought zone isn't a good thing. You would at least go to the 50, if not lower, in some kind of drop like this. You guys, we're on the brink of the break with Ethereum. We are on the brink of the break with most altcoins. I have a feeling that everything's about to start turning up here over the coming days and over the coming weeks. That's been largely anticipated for a long time now, but it's becoming reality. It's definitely slowly becoming reality right in front of our faces here. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour RSI does look a little bit neutral, bullishly leaning, but neutral overall for sure. You did bounce right at the same area, right? Higher lows. I can't draw a straight line to save my life, so let's use a straight line, right? Something like this. If we can get it, yeah, like that. Bouncing right at this area, it kind of makes sense that you would. OnyxCoin does like to bounce off of its like 40 or 35 areas, so that's fine right here. I would think that we continue to grow. Oh, look at this though. We have a little bit of a wick actually right here. A little bit of a lower high wick there. I don't think it's going to stop us. We've seen stuff like this and still gone higher. Let me see if I can find an example of that. Like right here, right? Big wick, still went higher. Big wick and you went lower. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to always indicate that you're going higher. But a big wick here and you still went higher. That's a bearish candle right there and you still went higher. So I'm not intimidated by this. I really do believe that we're going to move up. I want to look at this on Coinbase real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Right, you're looking at this consolidation phase here. You broke out. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? It's not there. It's non-existent, right? This is a fake out. We're going to go up here pretty soon, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the day we were either back at the top of this range or if we were above this range. And if not by the end of the day, sometime tomorrow, we're definitely on our way higher. 4 hour time frame here, looking at this, bouncing off the 50. We got 59 minutes left in this 4 hour time frame. It's possible we could drop 1.2% in the next 59 minutes. OnyxCoin can move faster than that in a shorter amount of time, that's for damn sure. But I would think that what we're doing here in the 4 hour RSI is actually very, very bullish. Yeah. Here, I mean, look at this, right? You've got the same kind of higher low trajectory on your RSI. You didn't even reach down for it, right? You could go lower with that kind of impression. You could go lower. It's very possible. But I think finding support at the 50 is a very bullish thing indeed. You found resistance at it before, turbulence at it. Whenever you find support, that tends to actually take you back up here. The more that you live up here, the more that you get familiar, the more likely you will be getting into the overbought zone, and that could start as early as this next attempt. We really might be driving up to the overbought zone right now in the 4 hour time frame, and if that happens, we're going to see some sparks fly. We're going to be at like 2 cents by the end of this week, guys, and that would be awesome. I think that we will be. If not by the end of this week, certainly by the end of next week, we will be above 2 cents. And once we get above 2 cents, you guys, you know what that means, right? We're breaking out of this range. Technically, I think it's like 1.9 cents is the area that we have to watch for. Let me see. Depending on how we want to draw this. Would it be... I don't know if I like that high. I probably would take that high. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Maybe we can shave it down, right? Maybe something like this. Let's see. Yeah, because that looks more parallel, right? And that's typically what you want to see in a bull flag. You can wick a little bit. Maybe you wick to the downside too. I mean, you did wick a little bit to the downside the way I have it drawn here. But with this kind of perspective, let's see. If we were to move up, let's just say maybe we're up there by the beginning of next week on Monday. That's 1.92 cents. So yeah, 2 cents, man. You get above 2 cents, it's time to start getting excited. If you don't like the way that I have that drawn there, maybe we can take this high to low here. I think that only helps my case actually. Yeah, see that line, now the focal point's actually a little bit lower than where I originally had it. So if anyone's thinking, oh, you're shaving it down just to cherry pick, actually shaving it down made it a higher price instead of a lower price because the slope was lesser. So yeah, I would say 1.92 cents, something like that. That's the area that we need to see. We need to break above on a daily time frame. We need to maintain readings up there. And then it's off to the races, man. Where are we off to? If we take this as a bull flag, from a low to a high, you put that measure move right there at the base of your flag right here. That measure move takes us, am I doing that right? Yeah. Measure move takes us all the way up to about 5.1 cents, you guys. 5.1 cents. And it's very possible. It's not common, but it's very possible that we do find turbulence right there, right? Typically, whenever you break above the 100, you get above the 886, you don't really find turbulence, but sometimes you do find a little bit of turbulence. You'll find support on your 786, 886 area, and then you'll move up. Maybe you just consolidate right here. You don't even go to the 786, but I do anticipate that we'll see higher prices in a very short amount of time after that. By the end of this month, guys, we should be at 8 cents or more. Yeah, by the end of this month. I mean, just with the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if we were at 8 cents or more, if not certainly reaching for prices that are higher than 5 or 6 cents. It's gonna be a dramatic turn of events here that happens. If we're looking at this right now, from the current price, because people ask, why are you so bullish on OnyxCoin? It's not doing anything, man. You guys got it backwards, you know. No offense. You'll learn. It's we all do this in our first cycle, right? Some people are saying that I'm coping because I have more OnyxCoin than I do syrup. And I did sell out of syrup actually before it started moving up, and I just put it all into OnyxCoin. So that, honestly, you know, if I didn't sell syrup and I just held it, it would be doing better than OnyxCoin right now. But where's syrup going to go? The highest target that I gave it was like $5, right? $5. That's the highest target that I gave it. The highest, not the minimum. That's the highest that I could see it. I don't think it gets there. Not by the end of July. I think it gets there and then some by the end of the cycle, by the end of the year, sure, but not by the end of July. Because whenever you move up, that's exciting for the time being. Why am I so bullish on OnyxCoin? It's not moving up. It's not doing this stuff. It's not at new all-time highs. I get it. No, it's a good question. But the thing is, I'm bullish not because of what it's doing now, but because of what it will do, right? The expectation for syrup at a maximum is about a 9x, right? OnyxCoin, the expectation at a minimum would be about a 10x, okay? Maximum 8.7x, minimum 10x. How do we see this? High to low, the 1618 is right there. It's actually like a 10.5x. What do these lines mean? Why should I care? How come we know that's the minimum? How come syrups is just all the way up here? Well, I've done deep analysis on both of them. I don't care to compare them both right now, but I've done a deep analysis and consideration on both of them. And syrup's moving up a lot, man. Nothing moves up in a straight line forever. If this thing's the next best thing since sliced bread, I guess I just missed out on it. But the reason why I transitioned from syrup to OnyxCoin, and right now it might seem like it's a bad thing. I don't know why I'm focusing on syrup so much. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not trying to pick on syrup. I really like syrup. I think Maple Finance, by the way, is going to do phenomenal. I really do. And there was one point where I was actually considering transitioning OnyxCoin into syrup. Maybe I should have done that. But if I had all my syrup right now, I would probably transition back into OnyxCoin personally. Because, again, the minimum target here is here. We've done this analysis enough times to know that it's really absurd, actually, to consider anything under 20 cents for OnyxCoin. But we're going to address the 1618, sure, as a minimum pessimistic target. Realistically, we're going to see a 16x to a 21x from here. That's why. That's why I'm more bullish on syrup, or on OnyxCoin, by the end of July. This is just by the end of July. Okay, this is not by the end of the cycle. This is over like the next 6 weeks or so. And that's where I believe we're going to go, man. It's very, very bullish. I've yet to see anything else that has this kind of a market cap that's consolidating like this, that has this kind of potential to grow, right? And we know it has this kind of potential to grow simply based off of the XCNBTC chart, XCNBTC here, and then also what we've seen in our recent history as far as growth goes. If we're looking at this on a weekly time frame, charts have points of support and resistance, right? If we're finding resistance here, it's no mistake that where we found resistance out of this whole move down was literally right here, the only consolidation phase throughout this whole move. Sure, we moved sideways for like 2 weeks here, kind of, but we moved sideways here for like 5 weeks. We were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on that 6th week, we were actually still in this area, but on that 6 week we broke down, right? So like over a month in this area here, out of this whole straight move down, the only time that you spent a month or over a month consolidating was right here, and that's exactly where you stopped. Okay, OnyxCoin, after a move like this and consolidating like this, do you think whenever it breaks out, that's what it's going to do? Like if you're looking at this chart, is that what it's going to do? No, dude, it's going to break out. And if it breaks out, where's it going to go? Well, there's no place to stop until you're up here. And we've done the math so many times on this level. I'll do it real quick just to prove my point, but I'm not going to go in depth, right? Just trust when I tell you, we've done this enough to point out that it will go to 26 to 32 cents. That target area lines up specifically with this here. That's also the 1886200 area, which a lot of cryptos are showing targets for their relative 1886200. A lot of cryptos are, if not their 1414 area, right? Something like that. If OnyxCoin, if I'm way off and OnyxCoin only goes to 11 cents, we only get a 7.8x, boo-hoo. I'm wrong. Oh well, that sucks. That would mean that XCNBTC stops somewhere that just doesn't really make sense at all. You know, it doesn't, like, it's stopping in the middle of nowhere. But that can happen. Weird things happen sometimes. Or maybe it's just like a momentary stop before we go higher. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I would anticipate that we interact at this level. And if we see that, if we go to Google Calculator here, Google Calculator, we take that 5 zeros 1872 right there, and we multiply it by the current price of Bitcoin, which is $110,000 right now. Whoops. Right? Why am I multiplying it by the current price of Bitcoin, right? Because if OnyxCoin is making a move higher, wherever that move might be, we can agree to disagree where it might be. If OnyxCoin is making a move higher, we can at least assume that Bitcoin will be moving higher as well, right? Bitcoin's not going to move down and OnyxCoin moves up. That'd be rare. If XCNBTC, if this is where we expect it to be, Bitcoin's current price is 110,000. All that this number that I'm going to press equals, all that this says is that we will not probably stop here. We will probably go above this, because if Bitcoin's at a higher price, the number only gets bigger. It's 21 cents, man. I mean, we're going to 26 cents, you guys. 26 to 32 cents. It's happening. You just got to be patient. Patience, patience, patience. And get under the good habits of not chasing coins that are pumping. Rather, chase the coins that have yet to pump. I like to explain it like this, and I'll end the video here. This is a good analogy. I think it's a good analogy. It's because I made it up. That's why I think it's good. It might not be a good analogy, but treat it like a show, right? People, if you had a movie ticket or a theater ticket, you're going to the opera or a play or whatever, you wouldn't give someone your ticket and take their ticket after their show started and your show hasn't started yet, right? You're sitting here waiting for your show to start. And then you look next door, you look at the other theater and you're like, hey, those guys are having fun. Their show already started. They're having fun. My show hasn't even started yet. It's going to start. I know it's going to, but they're having fun right now. I want that. So you trade your ticket for their ticket. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll take your ticket. Your show hasn't even started. I get to watch even more? Okay, cool. And you're like, all right, willingly taking less time now. You're going to get less of an experience willingly, right? Don't trade your ticket for a show that hasn't started yet for something that's already had their first intermission. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this thing will watch it do a 15x or a 40x in the same time that OnyxCoin does like a 2x, right? I doubt it though. Don't get shiny object syndrome. I feel like in that kind of sense, you put yourself in that logic, it makes more sense to just wait and hold and to look for things that haven't started performing yet, right? If you get something that's already performing, if you're trading the thing that hasn't performed yet for the thing that's already performing, it's like the equivalence of jumping into a show at halftime or a quarter time or on the last stretch, and you're trading your ticket for something that hasn't even started yet that you know is going to happen. You know, like it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good analogy, but I think it's a good analogy. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Don't sell your ticket. Hold on to your ticket. It's a good ticket. Bye-bye.